Nope is a brand new Jordan Peele film starring Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer. I'm very excited to be giving you guys my review of this movie, but real quick before I get into this review, I just want to say that if you're new here, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel and help me reach 250 subscribers. Now with that out of the way, let's get into this review. So I've been really excited for this movie. The trailers looked really good and I've been hearing some really good things about this movie, and I've not actually seen any of the other two Jordan Peele movies, although I really want to. So this is my first one, but I was just very excited to see what he was going to do. It's nice to see a movie where a director gets to just tell the story they want to tell, because a lot of these franchises like the MCU, the directors are really restricted on what they can do, and I love the MCU, but it's nice to see just standalone movies. And this one, I'm very happy to say, was really good in my opinion. I thought they handled sort of the horror thriller aspect of this movie very well. It does not rely just on the cheap jump scares. There's a few in there, and I think they were done really well, but it's more the sort of the situation that the characters are in and some of the visuals that are more scary. There's actually one scene in this, it's not very long, but there's definitely one scene that if you're claustrophobic, you're probably not going to like it, but it's a very short scene. But the performances in this were great, and you sort of understand why this movie is called Nope through some of the scenes with like Daniel Kaluuya's character and Keke Palmer. There's some good moments, and there's a lot of funny moments in this movie too. There's one sort of towards the start that starts as a very intense scene, and then once you understand what's going on, it's actually kind of funny. But everybody in this gets a really good performance. There was a couple moments where I don't know if it was the actors or just the way their voices were recorded. It was kind of hard to tell what they were saying, but for the most part it was really good. All the performances were great. This movie looks amazing. There's like some CGI, but it's not overly reliant on CGI, and I thought the CGI for the most part was really good. But the cinematography was great. The directing in this I thought was really good, especially there's some shots where they're looking up at the sky at something that's in the sky, and the way those scenes are handled, the camera sort of below a person or another object, sort of for a sense of like scale, so it really feels like the audience is looking up at the same time instead of just showing the sky. They have scenes where you can have something else in there too, which personally I really thought that was cool. One thing I really liked about this movie too is that if you've seen the trailer, you know that there's an alien or aliens in this movie. So one thing I really liked is that the alien in this is different than what we've seen before. It wasn't what I was expecting, and I won't say what it is, but they just changed it up a bit, and I really like that. It's not, you know, the same generic alien that we see all the time, so I really like that. One thing I will say though is the movie did start off a little slow. The first act was a little slow. There's some moments where I thought they could have, you know, chopped it down. There were just moments even when it wasn't a long scene, but the camera is just staying on, keeping the shot on a person or something, and there wasn't really anything happening. It's like I just trimmed it down a bit, and there's some other scenes which just like wasn't moving too fast, but then it does quickly, sort of towards the end of the first act, it does pick up, and then it's constantly just moving. It's suspenseful, it's funny, it can be both at the same time. So that part was a little slow at the start, but then it picks up pretty quickly. One thing that I had heard about Jordan Peele movies is that he likes to deal with certain themes and have certain messages within his stories. So I was very curious to see how he was going to handle that in this movie. And after that, I can say there definitely are like certain themes that when you're analyzing the story, you can pick up certain messages that he's trying to convey. But also I sort of thought you can watch this movie and not really worry about the messages. Not that that's maybe how you're supposed to watch it, but if you're seeing it and just want to watch it just to have fun and not really think more deeply into it, I think you can still watch it and have fun. There are messages, but myself I felt like it was still very entertaining without having to think about the messages that he's trying to convey. So if you're not really interested or wondering how it will be on like rewatches, if you're not worried about the messages, I think it'll be fine like that. And there definitely are messages. There's one that I don't want to give much away, but it deals with this certain, I'll just say, animal, and it's at the very first scene, so once you see the movie you know what it is. And I get what they were going for with that, but I'm not sure if it was completely necessary for the movie to be jumping back to that animal. Like I said, I get what they're going for. I'm not too sure if they necessarily really needed it though, because I think the message they were trying to convey could have figured out anyway, but that's just me. But overall, I thought this was a really good movie. I was not quite sure what to expect because I've not seen any Jordan Peele films before. This is my first one. I'm really hoping to watch Get Out soon, so we'll see if I get to that. But this one, I really liked it. Like I said, other than a bit of a slow start, and there were a couple of moments where I couldn't quite tell what the actors were saying, I thought it was really good. The visuals were great. There was very suspenseful scenes. There were some really funny moments. Some nice, just heartfelt moments too. So I really like this movie. I would definitely recommend it. It's definitely one that I would recommend seeing in the theater too. So if you haven't seen it, go out and check this one out. It is a bit of a horror movie, but it doesn't rely too much on the jump scares. There are some in there, but I'm someone who doesn't like jump scares, so I was happy that it wasn't just constant jump scares. So I would give Nope an 83%. I thought this movie was great, and I'm excited to check out the other Jordan Peele films, especially Get Out. So that will do it for my review. Again, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to my channel, help me reach 250 subscribers, and stay tuned for some of my upcoming videos. My next one will probably be a review of Honor Majesty's Secret Service, the next movie, my James Bond movie reviews, and soon I'll have a review out for the 3rd season of Stranger Things. So stay tuned for those, and until my next video, take care everybody.